Welcome back to Inspire AI, the podcast where we explore how artificial intelligence is reshaping the way we think, work, and lead, so you can navigate change with confidence instead of confusion. Today we're asking a new question. This question is going to take us beyond the how. It's going to ask us to look internally and figure out, can AI help us become better versions of ourselves? It's a question that sounds philosophical, but the answer is surprisingly practical. I'm one of those that consider themselves lifelong learners, maybe even a seeker of my own truth. And when I look at tools like AI, I don't look at them like the new Google, something to get my job done. I look at it to seek purpose, to figure out how can I evolve personally and leverage this new tool, this system of tools, to advance my purpose in life. That's what I reflect on when I think about this question. Can AI help me create a better version of myself? Let's look beyond the headlines for a second. Beyond the latest chatbot release and beyond the endless debates about artificial general intelligence, because something remarkable is happening. Millions of people are already using AI every day, not to automate themselves out of existence. Maybe some are, but more to learn faster, to think more clearly, to build healthier habits, become more productive, and make better decisions. So it isn't whether AI is changing us, it's really how. And more importantly, are you seeing that change? Have you really stopped to think about it? And are we becoming better because of it? I'll argue this is the real purpose of AI, just for a second. There's a big misconception about AI that it's primarily about automation. That's partially true. You've heard the term amplifying with AI before. That's the value that people are getting out of AI. Think about the best coach you've ever had. They didn't play the game for you. They noticed patterns, they asked better questions, and they pointed out your blind spots. And they held you accountable. That's exactly where AI is becoming surprisingly powerful. Some of the strongest research on this topic I've seen is that it's showing me that AI works best as a coach, a tutor, an analyst, and a thought partner, not as a replacement for human judgment. The goal isn't to outsource your thinking. The goal is to think better. And that's where AI is already making people better. So let's look at the evidence. Researchers have found measurable improvements across several areas. Productivity. Knowledge workers using AI can complete tasks faster while often producing higher quality work. Some studies report around a 40% reduction in writing time while improving quality. How about customer service representatives resolving more issues per hour? This is a huge unlock. And software developers are able to complete more tasks and ship features at breakneck speeds. What's fascinating is that the biggest improvements consistently came from less experienced professionals. Mind you, you must continue to assert strong judgment in every process that you leverage AI for. But I'll argue that it compresses the learning curve. It helps newer professionals adopt expert behaviors much faster. And that's what we're seeing across the software engineering industry right now. And it's incredibly powerful. Now let's tip our hat to the learning opportunities. And this might be the area where AI shines brightest. Instead of giving answers, well-designed AI tutors ask good questions. They scaffold learning. They adapt explanations. And they personalize practice. I've seen this for myself many, many times. I ask my AI, I need to learn about this process. Please provide me a phased learning approach from zero to mastery in this topic. And you'll see that in multiple educational studies, learn significantly faster with AI-assisted tutoring than the traditional methods. It's not replacing teachers. It's that great teachers now have an extraordinary assistant. Let's lean into health and habits. Top of mind for so many people trying to better themselves. It's a fascinating area that drives so much behavioral change. AI paired with wearable devices can encourage healthier routines. walking more, sleeping better, recovering smarter, managing chronic conditions like stress. What's interesting is that it not only knows more about your health, it also remembers your goals and brings you back to them every single day. This is where consistency beats intensity, and AI is remarkably good at consistency. You just got to let it do its job. So why does this actually work? Why is AI so effective? I'll argue that it's not because that the model is intelligent. It's because it creates feedback loops. Every improvement system shares 4 ingredients. 1, clear goals. 2, frequent feedback. 3, personalized guidance. And 4, rinse and repeat. People naturally struggle with consistency. Think about how many times you've heard about New Year's resolutions dying off before February. AI doesn't struggle with that consistency. It reminds you, it coaches you, it challenges you, and it celebrates your progress. Sometimes unnaturally, but you can condition it for more human-like interactions too. All of these things is where real transformation happens. It's not about one brilliant insight, but hundreds of tiny adjustments. The habits that make you, you, every single day. That's a nod to the Atomic Habits book. I just love that book. Written by author James Clear. Okay, I want to balance this conversation out with a little bit of bringing us down to the ground, out of the clouds. Because every technology, every powerful technology creates new risks. And AI is no exception. The research has highlighted several concerns. Over-reliance, making AI a crutch in these areas. Automation bias, where is it getting its information from? Loss of critical thinking. Please don't give up your agency. Homogenized creativity. Think of that as how AI makes us all sound the same. It takes our creativity and puts it into its own buckets of logic, where the output starts to look and sound the same, no matter who made the inference. And then, of course, privacy concerns, where what information you're feeding it, do you really want it to know that? Whether or not it's maintaining it as memory or not, it's still something you need to be aware of. And then finally, what about your emotional dependence? Like, really? Don't turn the AI into your best friend or your soulmate. It's not healthy. Human interactions should still persist as your primary relationship. All I'm saying here is that an AI coach can be incredibly helpful. You just need boundaries, and you need to recognize when it's off in left field. And it should never become your therapist, or again, not your closest friend, or even your moral compass. Those roles belong to humans. The healthiest relationship with AI is one of partnership, not dependence. These systems should encourage independent thinking. They should definitely not replace it. Here's what I do sometimes. Think of it as 4 things I mentioned before: a tutor, a coach, an analyst, and an amplifier. A tutor helps you learn. A coach helps you improve habits. An analyst helps you recognize patterns. And an amplifier helps you execute faster. Think about what's missing. The decision maker, the leader, the friend. Those are deeply human responsibilities. AI should help you strengthen your judgment, but never replace it. I think about everything from a different angle, just so I can get various perspectives. So how about the leadership one? If you're leading a team, this conversation becomes even more important. Your competitive advantage won't come from simply deploying AI tools. It comes from helping people work alongside them effectively. Organizations that succeed aren't just trying to automate everything. They're asking, where does AI make our people better? Better communicators, better learners, better leaders, better decision makers. And that's a more sustainable strategy. When technology changes, human capability compounds. And that's where the strongest investment with AI is: compounding human capability. As I wrap up here, I want to provide you some takeaways. As I say, the future doesn't belong to people who simply know how to use AI. It belongs to those that know how to use it without surrendering their judgment. Becoming a better version of yourself isn't about having more information at your fingertips. It's about helping you make better decisions, continuous learning, habit building, clear thinking, where you can lead with wisdom. The wisdom that's part of you, that's the driver in you, that allows you to seek your purpose more ambitiously, more directly, more efficiently. And AI can help with all of those things. But only if you remember that the technology is the multiplier, not the mission. The mission is still human growth. So if you haven't become excited about AI yet, perhaps that's the most exciting part of the future with AI, is allowing the human growth to occur naturally and purpose-focused. And artificial intelligence is helping unlock that. So until next time, stay curious, keep innovating, and keep becoming the kind of leader, practitioner, who uses technology to elevate our human potential. This episode of Inspire AI Podcast is sponsored by Exponent 21. I keep hearing the same thing from business leaders lately. We're doing the work, but leads are harder to explain. Traffic is down, attribution feels fuzzy, and the old answers don't really fit anymore. What's changed is how people search. Instead of clicking links, people are asking questions, and AI is answering them. Tools like ChatGPT, Google's AI-powered results, and Perplexity are shaping which brands get mentioned, referenced, and remembered. Exponent 21 specializes in AI SEO. They help businesses understand how to show up consistently inside those AI-generated answers across questions about their industry, their services, and their brand. What stands out to me is that when people ask AI tools, who's leading in this space? Exponent 21 and its leaders are often referenced near the top. That comes from doing the work and shaping how this new search environment actually functions. To understand what this shift means for your business, visit exponent21.com.